when I was a child. I think I was in the 5th grade, and then I get mobbed from other pupils in my school. I was the only child in my class where the parents were entrepreneurs, and my father had a big car. There was a situation when I told my father that around about 1 kilometer before we arrived at school, I said to my dad, "Hey, let me out here. I don't want to see. I don't want that they see what a car you drive." And then my father directly said, "Close the door. You won't go there anymore. That's not good for you."
Hola gente linda y maravillosa, mi nombre es Andy Luis Escandón, esto es Just People, un programa donde entrevistamos a personas que simplemente tienen algo que contar.
Okay, so I'm a human being, and my name's Philip. I was born in Germany in '81. In the good times, I could build up a company in the furniture business, and I constructed by myself a furniture system. It's a steel shelf system, what you can construct however you want. You have uprights and tubes for the width of the shelf system, and I was creating it after the time I was in university. And with my family background, which was in the furniture business as well, over several generations, I started a new company, and then I sold it. And since that, it was economically getting better and better. And then we decided in 22, when our daughter would have to go to school in the 1st grade, to move somewhere where she could experience a good life with a lot of land and nice weather, and grow up in nature. It is something like when the sun shines, you're feeling better in general, more happy life with good mood in general. Yeah. So, and the good mood is basically to live outside in the nature. And here on the island, you can live 3/4 of a year in nature. You totally change your way, how your mind thinks when you get a bit of distance from this running wheel in the system with economics, and you need to do that because if not, that is the point. So of course I'm talking about out of a very comfortable situation, which is not brought to everybody, but we took this gift serious and tried to be as autonomic as we could be. So we have our own water, we have our own energy, and yeah, we can live a life in peace and harmony. Of course, you lose some fame and everything, so it's also pretty cool to have a good running business and work hard, play hard, and earn more money. But at the end, there's this break-even point, what money can give you. You need to question yourself then what you lose, and in general it is time. Time with your family, time see children grow up and be there as a dad or as a mother. And then you need to make a choice, what is more important. 2011 my mother died, and it was a pretty shocking moment. The night before she died, I gave her a kiss and said, "I love you," and she said, "I love you too, I love you too." Exactly these words. And then I went down, and I can directly remember that my father was at, I don't know, 9 o'clock in the morning. He was screaming, "Philip, come on. Mama is not moving anymore here. She's in the bed." And then I ran up to the house and went to the sleeping room, and I tried to reanimate her 30 minutes until the emergency doctor came. And they got her reanimated, but there was nothing. The brain had too long not got oxygen, so it was a body alive, again, but her soul was gone. But during this time, I reanimated her. There was some kind of, her eyes looked at me and said, everything is fine. Every time I will be with you, but not physically anymore. I have another job or something like that, or I have to do something else now. It will all be fine. And some kind of power came also into my, not body, but I felt some power was given from her to me to have enough power for the coming time or something. I don't know if it's correctly said, but and at this moment I was down. We had an attached glass part in the house where the sun was shining directly to me then, and I went on my knees during the doctors were upstairs and said, "Oh, Mom, Jesus Christ! What happened now? What's the new situation here?" I'm very sad about that, but somehow there was no fear in me or no anger. I felt directly that I'm still connected to her. It's like quantum physics, and so I said, okay, I take on this challenge then, or the new part without you here physically, but I'm always talking still to my mom, and it changed everything. But it goes on. So, and then you start to rethink a lot what really counts, and at this point in life, I think a lot of people think time is the most important thing, and not business or anything else, and to be happy and to enjoy together. And on the other hand, it is pretty difficult to step out of the wheel because it's so perfectly balanced. In general, 99% of working people are kind of a slave to the system. So when you think about how perfectly this 7 days week is already organized, in general, you work 8 hours for 5 days a week, and most of the people are not working what they really would want to work, but they cannot step out of this system because then they have fear and they might think they lose something. And it is also like you work 5 days within a job. Some like it, most don't. And then you're happy when it's Friday evening and you said, oh, now it's weekend. Now I sleep and then I have energy to do something. But in general, you're pretty need a bit of regeneration on Saturday. And on Sundays, the people already think, oh, tomorrow is Monday. So it's just a pretty good balance to keep people in this wheel that they cannot mobilize enough energy to fulfill their dreams and to do what they really want to do. Of course, everybody says you can do whatever you want. Everybody can be a millionaire, but not all could be a millionaire. You need this, in this system where we are living in our civilization, there is always, I would think, kind of 30% of the people who need to do what they do not want to do to keep this complete system alive. Possibly. I think the biggest problem is that wealth is not fair divided. But everybody should try again to give more love and more trust into mankind, and a lot of people won't be able, but maybe they're not at the point in life where they recognize. A lot of people recognize it very late, in life. But this is due to the experience they make at the moment and don't have time to fulfill their dreams. And in general, they're sad. And they have a lot of pain, but they cannot get it, and they cannot realize or recognize it at this point in life where they do something wrong, what is against nature. And in general, we should be a very big community, not as a melting pot, but as a community with different cultures, where we can learn from everybody and not put it all together.
Si te está gustando el programa, dale like, comparte con tus amigos y si tienes algún amigo productor, mejor para mí. Puedes también comprarme un cafecito por acá, te dejo el link, y también decirte que hay una serie de extras en cada programa de cada persona que entrevistamos que publicaremos semanas después de que veas este capítulo. Síguelo disfrutando.
Talk to water every day. Hey, my lovely water, thank you for making me happy and a good life, and be kind and help. That already gives you a completely different mindset for it. And another very important thing is frequencies. So even if I'm not believing in church and something, there is something cosmic, some kind of cosmic relationship. And in the Bible, the first sentence is, at the beginning was the Word. And when you look at this sentence as word and language and talking, it is frequencies. And that is a part where water gives us also the answer in these experiments the scientists did. Positive frequencies, like Beethoven or something, when you shock freeze water and you put on these frequencies from this music before, it gives a perfectly six-way crystal. So good music and good mood and good words changes the frequencies, and this is also in relationship with this quantum physics or string theories, because it seems to be that the frequencies can heal or destroy. And I think, and for me, music is could be one of the most important things for mankind and everything else, because it is a global language what everybody understands and can be happy and live in peace and harmony together. So make music and listen to good positive music can also heal a lot. And there were experiments also when you give music to plants and everything. They are stronger, they grow stronger, they give you more minerals, vitamins. So there is a kind of a relationship that positive frequencies change also everything. So that, I think, is a very important thing to know, that when you talk positive frequencies come out of you to your field and they return to you. And this makes, again, the water positive, and we are water. So these things are very important in life, and try to trust also. There is this old series from the 80s, I think, it's called Highway to Heaven, where an angel comes to earth and helps, a bit in secrecy, but he also said people should love and trust other people. It needs to be done, even if you get a pain from it. You need to try to trust, and this can change also a lot the life of the planet and the community feeling of humans. That is the general way of living a good life. You need to always focus on the happy side of life. Be happy, try to be happy. In every situation, look for something good and what makes you happy within this. Doesn't matter how deep you fall in general, and maybe it's just another test or something like that. Generate possibilities for their thoughts and for their life to adapt to a positive way of thinking, even in very bad situations. It helps you a lot to go further and go on with a smile, even if you think there won't be any happiness for you anymore. So the basic concept should be try to be happy and try to take life the happy way. And when it's true that thoughts forge reality or your reality, then try to positively influence your thoughts, that they are grounded positive in general, so that you just stand up with a smile, listen to good music, make your coffee, dance a bit, make jokes with your children, and always believe that things will turn good, that your hope never loses this tiny bit of happiness, and let the happiness grow with your thoughts. Then your thoughts will grow in happiness. Be good in general, and be polite, and help, not with money, with your soul and with your mind and how you think. Try to adjust your thinking to help. When you see somebody suffer, then get your ass up and try to help. And then you won't have any kind of suffer, I think. You will enjoy life more when you help people. And it's like this little thing, when you make a present to somebody, you feel much more happy than to get a present. If mankind would just make this one step to try to help and to trust and to share their hearts and fulfill everybody's life with a bit more of love, we would reach the next level of a civilized mankind as one. Yeah. That's a very good concept.